So that was a bit embarrassing. That doesn't matter because it's my audition time, not theirs. Because to be honest, my singing voice sounds like a goose. Hi! So it's that time again, it's drama school time. So I just thought I'd film a video to say where I'm at and just to like let you know that I will be coming back to auditions, because I actually don't know anyone this year, I don't think, who's doing it, because last year I was on an audition course and I was also knowing people from school, but now I think most of the people who I know who was doing it last year I'm either not in contact with anymore or they've got in. I know so many people who have got in and I do feel a little bit jealous, but I'm also like seeing them taking pictures outside their schools and I'm like, yes, come on, I'm so happy for you. It's so exciting seeing people I know doing well. It's really, oh, I love it. It's so good, but enough about me hyping up people I know. Yeah, basically I'm not doing an audition course either this year because lots of my classes were online and now, like with the pandemic, not as much is online. So now I'm kind of going through the process a bit more on my own, but not fully on my own. So where am I at with the preparations? The contemporaries is a bit of a mad one because I have so many. With my acting coach, who I've been with since December, we have done one monologue every 5 weeks. So technically not all of them are good fits for doing drama school. So lots of them are like way out of my casting type, or they're just stuff that we've done to push myself. But I could bring one of those. I've got 8 monologues so far for contemporary overall. So that's a lot because usually everyone's like bring 2 or 3, prepare 2 or 3 really well, and I've got 8. And also with the song now. So the song, I have a singing teacher now, and I did kind of have singing lessons last year for a little bit, and they just picked a song that they thought would suit my voice and like gave me a selection. I was like, yeah, I like this one. But this year I've got a different singing teacher. I don't really know what's going on in the other person's life, so I got a new one. So I discussed what kind of songs I would want. I found out my voice type, apparently mezzo soprano, and then I got sent lots of mezzo soprano songs that were kind of what I was looking for to try out, like comedy songs and like really old songs. I don't know I don't know what it's called, but you know, those really old kind of musicals, a bit opera-y. I don't know why I went for that, but I just felt like it in the moment, because to be honest my singing voice sounds like a goose and opera also sounds a bit like a goose. I just don't have a good voice for singing. I need to stop putting myself down, but my accent just like, I've even been told, oh, everything sounds funnier in your accent, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that, but my voice just sounds very aggressive, and like when you're singing a song that's like an American song and they have like a really sweet voice and I'm just there like with my very aggressive tones of voice and it just doesn't sound right. But anyway, so I got a singing teacher and my singing teacher's actually so nice, and yeah, I've only had her a few weeks and she suggested some songs and then I picked one to work on, and I think I'm going to work on one of the other ones, and then I'm going to have like a selection of songs to pick from. And I don't even think I need that many songs because I'm not doing acting musicianship, I'm just doing acting, and I think you only need a song for the schools I'm applying for second round, so I might not even use my songs, but I'm just getting a selection. So I've got the one from last year, which I actually had to sing at an audition recently, and it was awful because they were like, do you have a song that you can sing that you know? And I was like, yeah, okay, I do. And I said it with too much confidence. I was like, yes. And they were like, okay, we're going to put the backing track on, can you just sing a verse and a chorus? But they kept it playing, and I've done a 2.5 minute cut of this song for drama school, and I ended up singing the full 3.5 minutes, and I was like, This is so embarrassing. I was like, because everyone else there was a singer, so that was a bit embarrassing. But we're going to come back better because I got a new song now, so I've got 2, and then I'm going to be working on another song from the list she sent me, and I'm going to look for more songs, and then I'm going to end up with like a wide selection of songs that I can use for just any audition as well, because I'm not even sure if going to drama school this year is right for me, since I've got a lot of other opportunities now as well. I've got so many more options, like one class, but I've got so many more options, and I love my new class. I've not been yet, but I'm so excited. I'm not letting you know what it is again because I don't want to be stalked, but it's so exciting. So I've got that, and I could technically continue doing that, I think, until I'm 21. So it's less pressure for me is these next few years of auditioning. And so basically I'm going to get those songs, and I'm going to have a wide selection. I can see what I feel like on a day, because otherwise I had like my one song, my one contemporary monologue, and my 2 classicals, although I did switch my contemporary partway through, and it just made it go really stale because I only had 1 to practice. But now I've got so many, so they're not going to go as stale, and I've not been like overworking them and getting into a routine of saying them. Like, I know the thoughts of the pieces, but I've not got into a routine of like, at this point I will use this inflection or something, so it feels a bit more fresh, which I like. So I like having, by the time I go there I'm gonna have about like 30 pieces to choose from on the day, but I like that. I like the choice, although it is bad because sometimes I get into the habit of like, when I'm about to go to sleep, I'm like, I've got an idea for this monologue, let's try it now. So I'm monologuing at the ceiling, and then I'm like, let's try it in a different way. Let's try it, maybe they're a bit more like, they don't actually want to talk to this person, but they're having to say what they've got to say, so then they get to leave as soon as possible. And then I'm like, let's try it like that. I monologue it at the ceiling. But now I'm gonna get no sleep at all during the audition season, because now I've got 8 contemporary monologues. I'm gonna have about like 8 songs. It's going to take me forever. I perform my entire rep to the ceiling quite often, and I need to stop doing that. And the classical, this was my favourite bit of it last year. It was my most comfortable part because I was doing classes about Shakespeare, and I did that for about 6 months, and then I still did some classical in my audition class, and we did a bit of Greek tragedy, and it was so exciting and I loved it. And then those classes stopped, and yeah, I did the bad thing you shouldn't do, and I stopped doing as much work on classical. And I also got into a habit of just doing a lot more contemporary pieces, and also I've developed my process a lot more, so now it's a lot more kind of natural about finding the thoughts and finding your emotional connection to the piece, which is harder in a way when some of the situations are so far away from life now in those pieces. So it's so hard, and I don't want to be bothering people and asking them my questions. So I have like 6 months worth of notes on Shakespeare, but it's very intimidating to go back to that and hope that I can do it all right, and even do it better than I did last year when I'm so out of practice. So I'm scared. I'm very scared of it, and also, even though I'm scared of it, I say I'm scared of it, but I want to do a non-Shakespeare monologue as one of my classicals. I want to do another Jacobean one. I'm really drawn to some of the ones by Thomas Middleton, which, I mean, no one else is going to do that, I don't think. Maybe they all will, and I'll be like, oh, you're all doing this monologue? I thought I would be the only one, and now I've just done a non-Shakespeare. But anyway, I feel like when I was reading the Shakespeares back, because I read them all last year on this database you can get, I can link that in the description, where it's got all of the female monologues for Shakespeare. I feel like I've got associations with reading them with my level of knowledge back then in mind, and I feel like they're all kind of vaguely familiar to me, so I wanted to have something completely new. So no one who I've mentioned it to so far likes the idea of me doing a Thomas Middleton speech, but that doesn't matter because it's my audition time, not theirs. That's brutal. But yeah, I don't really care about that. That's their problem, not my problem. So I want to do a Thomas Middleton speech. So I might do that, but I've also got to pick which ones to start preparing, and it's just really hard. I just don't know where to start, and it's really stressful that I am on my own. I don't have anyone who I can ask questions to, who I feel like it's fair to be asking questions to. I will be probably in the end preparing my classicals mostly like alone, which is very intimidating, but I think I need to have more confidence in myself that I can be able to find the answers and solve my problems that I have. I think I need to have more confidence in my own abilities and go into it, because I'm not going to have anyone else, and if that's what's going to happen, then I've got to just commit and choose a piece and believe that it's the right one, and just find the pieces and go with my gut and start working on them. But it is really scary. So if anyone also has any ideas of like Shakespeare classes or Shakespeare books, like I know there's Playing Shakespeare, so I could watch that series again, and I've got notes on it as well. And I just wish there was like a workbook or something. There probably is online, where you can like go through and like translate the words you don't know, iambic pentameter, find all the alliteration and all the literary features, then do your emotion recall on it and break down all of the thoughts of the character, action it. I just need there's just so much to do, and I just wish there was like a nice neat way to do it all, and to know that you've prepared it as much as you can, but also not too much that it's gone dry. But I guess I just need to start trying and start working on classical pieces. But I just thought I'd put it out there that it is scary, and I'm not going to be out here saying, yeah, I am actually so prepared, and I feel like, because obviously I am a lot more confident going into it, and I do know I have other options, so this year's a lot less intimidating. But I still want to be honest about the problems, because I think it's helpful to know that not everyone's got their pieces sorted out by like April or like February. Some people have issues they come into, and that's fine, that's part of the process, and there's always going to be issues in life. So it's just about how you sort them out, really. So that's the situation. That's where I'm at with all three categories of that. And I'm very excited to do this next year and to meet everyone and to do auditions in person, I hope. It's very exciting. I'm auditioning for less schools this year. I'm just auditioning for the schools that I would really want to get into, because I do have this other class that I could continue doing and progress in until I'm 21. So I don't feel the need to go to a school that I'm not fully really liking just so I can go to drama school, because I do have other options, and drama school is really expensive. So that's the situation I'm in. Please let me know how yours is going. Please subscribe if you want to, so you can see what happens next. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with everything, and I will see you in another video. Thank you. Bye.